Hi team, let's do a neck and shoulder sequence on the roller. So first thing we're gonna do is put our whole spine onto it. I'm gonna do that by putting my tailbone at one end and then laying all the way down onto the roller with my whole spine. So kind of get centered there. And then what I'm gonna do first is just a little bit of a rock. So I'm gonna come back to center, take my whole body with me to the other side, back to center. So this is just connecting to my nervous system, finding that balance and stability to be on the roller. So, okay, a few times there. Let's come back to the center. And then what I want to do is imagine I'm holding a box kind of right above my hips here. So now, without using a lot of muscle or activation, what I want to do is kind of reach away from the roller and then let my shoulder blades come down and drape on either side of the roller. So slightly pull away, reach away, and then let them fall on either side. And usually it takes about 5 or 6 times before I really start to feel movement there. That's normal. And then again, as little muscle activation as possible here, just moving from my shoulder blades, not using my arms. And then now I'm going to keep my shoulder blades draped down, and then I'm going to do some small circles here. And I want to feel the inside edge of the shoulder blade rubbing onto the roller. 5 or 6 times one way, and then we'll do the other way. Again, we'll keep them draped and relaxed on either side. And then now I'll pause and we'll scissor the movement. So I want to feel it travel up and down that inside edge of my shoulder blade. And then for this next one, we're going to do a little bit of a release move. I'm going to have my arms out, kind of like a V shape for my body. And I'm going to slightly turn my head to the right. If I'm turning to the right, I'm going to actively reach with my left. So what I'm creating here is a deep tensional pull along this whole arm line. I'm going to inhale and then exhale. Think about this arm getting longer, reaching farther, and the head slightly turned away. And then now I'll release, come back to center with my head, and then now I'm to the other side. So I'm going to slightly turn to the left, and then actively reach. Pull through the fingertips on the right. Inhale, and then exhale, reach even further, get your arm even longer. Feel that deep tensional pull. And then I'm going to come back to center. And then now I'm going to bring my arms kind of hovering as if I'm going to bear hug somebody. So they're out to the sides here, and I'm going to actively push through my fingertips here. So like I'm holding something really heavy and wide. Now I'm going to reach fingertips down toward the floor while one reaches up toward the sky. So this is flossing the nerves that run through my arm lines. Oof, feel that. Then you can also do it with fists for a little more intensity if you want it. And I can turn my palms down and do the same thing. That's real deep and nerdy today. Slow movement as one flexes, one extends. And we feel that tensional pull kind of going back and forth between both sides. Okay, now I'm going to come off the roller and position it behind my shoulder blades. So I'll know it's in the right spot if I can reach and kind of tap my shoulder blades against the roller. I'm going to support my head and bring my elbows in, and I'm going to stay kind of in this curve position. So my core is engaged and I'm rounded away from the roller. I'm not using the curve of the roller to do that with my body. All right, so I'm going to stay tucked, pushing my feet, lift my hips. And I'm just going to go an inch or two, pick 1 or 2 vertebrae to glide on, basically what we're doing. I'm looking at my knees, supporting my head. The then I can even tip slightly to one side and get more pressure on one shoulder blade. I can come to the other side and get my left a little more than my right. So let's come back to the center, keep our hips down, and again, I'm keeping this tucked position, my core is engaged, and I'm gonna side bend left to right, like I'm scratching an itch on my back using a roller. So we're just drawing fluid and blood flow to this area. It gets very dehydrated and stiff. And then now I'm going to move on to my neck. So I'm gonna put the roller in a different position, which is actually at the bottom, kind of that, the curve or the edge of my skull. It's kind of like right above my hairline here, or we'll say it's behind your ears. So find that spot. And then as relaxed as you can be, we're gonna do a little figure 8 movement using, like I'm drawing it with my nose here. And again, I'm letting the weight of my head be the pressure for this. I'm not pushing into the roller with my muscles. I'm just letting that heavy skull rest on the roller. And then figure 8 the other way. This should feel really good. It does for me today. And then now I'm gonna focus on this corner behind my ear. So I'm gonna let this knee fall open and let my body kind of come with me, reaching this arm out. So I'm in a half back position. I'm laying on half of my back. And now I've got the pressure on that corner of my skull. And I'm gonna just make little gentle, I can go up and down, I can go side to side, I can make little circles here. Most of my clients close their eyes when they start working in their neck. I get it, it's really relaxing, feels good. And then now I'm gonna come back to center and then do the other side. So I'm gonna reach this arm out, let this knee fall, and just let my body kind of go with it. And now I'm working behind this right ear here. Again, small little movement, relaxed as can be, up and down, side to side, hitting that corner. The weight of my head is enough pressure for this. All right, now the last thing we're gonna do is rinse. And this is the trickiest part. So remember that first position we started with our shoulder blade? We're gonna slide the roller to the top of them. And then again, I'm gonna stay kind of curved, looking toward my legs here. Elbows are in. Notice how low I am to the ground. I'm just gonna push into my feet and let the roller come down. When my hips bottom out, I'm done with that rinse. I'm gonna bring my feet close to my glutes again, tip them up, kind of slide the roller to the right position, and then again, push in one direction. So I know it's not quite one direction, but that's what the goal is here we're working towards. So reset, and again, let's reset, push into the roller, hips bottom out,